Hi guys, it's Skylar. Today we are doing 20 different freshman tips and advice. So we have 10 school advice and just for your academics, and then 10 social advice for just how you carry yourself throughout the school. We're gonna start off with school advice, but our first tip is stay on top of your grades and just maintain focus throughout the year. Even if breaks are coming up or it's close to the end of the year and everyone starts to slack off, don't slack off. Try your hardest not to. 1, 2, just don't think just because it's freshman year it's oh, I'm gonna slack off. Actually try. And colleges, well, at least in our school, our freshman year towards our GPA does not count, but colleges still look at it and they are trying to see the improvement throughout the years. Every college wants to see every year to see improvement. So it's alright if you're not having the best year and you aren't getting the greatest grades, but try your hardest. Stay on top of your grades.
Even if you slack off, they will be represented in order for your classes for the next year. If we got bad grades this year, we'd have to be put in a lower class for the upcoming year, meaning that's going to affect your GPA. Tip 2, so don't stress about one grade. It's not going to kill you. One test, one quiz. All my teachers even say it, don't stress about it. It's not going to affect the rest of your, life. It's, I swear to you, in 10 years, you're not going to remember that, one assignment. And as long as you still try to do your best effort, then it's fine. Obviously, try to not slack off as much for, bigger assignments. But for, one homework thing, you get a bad grade on it, it's not going to do anything.
Also, if you're worried about a certain grade or a certain assignment before you take it, just talk to the teacher if you have any sort of question. Tip 3, don't be a brat to the teacher. The more they like you, the better chance of getting a good grade. And don't be that annoying kid that is always arguing with the teacher or just being annoying for no reason, thinking he's funny. It's not funny.
It's not.
At all. And it's just disrespectful. Yeah, it might be the class clown and it's funny sometimes.
It's funny at first, and then the students as well will find it annoying because it happens so many times that they're okay, we get it, you're trying to be cool and act like a brat to the teacher and think you're better than them, but it's really just being disrespectful, and all they're trying to do is help you. More try to be the teacher's pet. People are gonna be oh my god, whoever's the teacher's pet is so annoying, but honestly, don't care what they say, because you're gonna be the one in the end getting good grades and on a good term with the teacher. And if you're on a good term with the teacher, she or he will be more than happier to try to help you if you're struggling. You could not even have the best grades if you show you're showing your best effort. They will still probably like you. And if you try to help them in class and stuff, don't be the one who's snobby about it though and be oh my god, I'm the teacher's favorite. No, just be nice to the teacher and try to get on their good side. Tip 4, don't procrastinate and try to maintain a healthy schedule. So basically, obviously everyone procrastinates a little. We all struggle with that, obviously. No one really wants to do the work. But more try to, work out a balanced schedule so you're not stressed all the time, because the more you procrastinate, the more work piles up, and the more you're going to have to, try to get it all done in a few hours or stay up all night. And, it just, sucks to do that. Especially if, you do sports and stuff, try to work out, using a study hall to do this work, and not just hanging out with your friends in study hall. Honestly, try to get work done and then go home and do your homework without slacking off, because once you get it done, you'll feel so much better. The best feeling is having every assignment done. It feels so stress relieving.
If you're given a week, try to balance a little bit every day, and like teachers always tell you that, and like no one ever listens, but it honestly is so helpful.
And also, if teachers give you like a few days to do something, and say you do have a lot of work like that night, you don't have to do it that night right away. Like you can wait for the next day, but don't wait to the last minute.
Tip 5, take notes in class or borrow like your friend's notes, but don't like rely on that. Like don't borrow it too often, because that's just rude to them, and like they're doing all this work just for you to like copy off. Make sure you take notes, because you will need these notes. Like if you weren't paying attention in class and you're just like taking notes and just like writing stuff down, you can look at it later on, and you will see that it was actually really helpful to like just be like writing stuff down, writing what your teacher is saying. And like you don't have to write word for word, but be able to like understand what you're like referring to.
Especially for tests and stuff, like you want the notes for that. And for like midterms and like finals and stuff too, like you're gonna need the notes for that, because the teachers expect that. So tip 6.
Bruh.
What's tip 6? Okay, if you have friends in the class, and like it's totally fine to work with your friends for like an assignment, or like even like sometimes get the homework off them, but don't always rely on them. And if they're giving you work, also give them work sometimes. Like you want to pull your weight, and it's really annoying for like bigger assignments when a friend asks you for work. Like if I spend an hour doing like an essay, or like 3 hours doing an essay, and a friend's like tries to ask me like for it, like no. And also, if people do give you their work, be respectful about it, and like change stuff so it's like obviously not clear.
Like don't,
like it's because I sometimes don't trust people because I know they're not going to change anything. If you guys are like working together, don't just like have them do all the work and like you have to pull your weight, because they're just going to get annoyed at you and not want to help you.
Tip 7, use eNotes and Shmoop. So especially for English or like literature assignments, or just like reading, language arts, or whatever you want to call it, use like online resources that are specifically made to give you notes on the literature. But like make sure that like when you read the notes, like you're understanding what you're reading.
Be able to like answer questions and like be able to be comfortable with the information like from the literature. Especially like if you're gonna use the notes like off eNotes or Shmoop for like an essay or something, don't copy and paste. The teacher will catch you. You can paraphrase, like it's totally fine, or like try to find like another way to say it. Oh, and especially if other students do it and they copy and paste it and they see that you have the exact same thing, they're gonna pull you aside. Tip 8. So don't skip classes, especially academic. Like it's okay to like leave your study hall once in a while, and it's fine. But don't leave academic classes, and like don't be obvious about what you're doing if you try to do it, because the teachers just won't respect you, and they won't like care to try to help you if you like say you need help with something. They'll just be like, well, you shouldn't have missed my class. If you do try to do anything, like just know that you're probably gonna end up getting caught. So and like if you end up doing it, at least be smart about it.
If you're skipping a class constantly, they will literally just provoke your like ability to do that. They will not let you out of their classroom, and that's just it. Like they aren't dumb. Like they know what you're doing. Like
I had a teacher this year who would close the door and like lock it if you were late.
I had a study hall that we were not able to leave the classroom after the bell rang. We were not able to go to the bathroom. We were not able to get like stuff from the printer. Like she did not let us go anywhere because people were being disrespectful. It annoys the frick out of anyone else in that class.
You don't want to end up being that person who everyone hates because you made the whole class like not be able to do something.
Tip number 9. With projects, be equal about the work. Like don't slack off and like expect everyone else to do it. Don't leave all the work for everyone else. Like that's just so rude for your peers, and like everyone just hates when other people do that. Like why would you want to be that person that everyone hates? Like I know that you don't want to do your work all the time, but like like you have to do it. Like it's so rude and
especially do it when there's other people involved, because it's not even your own grade you're affecting other people.
Exactly.
And you most likely will get told on by one of those people, because we want a good grade. And like I had some kid who never did the work, and so we didn't want to be all affected by it, so we all told the teacher. Like
it's just like so rude. Like other people are putting their hardest effort into something so you can get a good grade, and then just for you to like be like, oh, whatever, you could do all the work. Like that's so rude.
Especially if you say you're gonna do something and you don't, that gets on everyone's nerves, because they're expecting you to do something. That's happened so many times to me, where like they don't do their work but they tell you they're gonna, or like they don't bring in something that you need. Tip 10,
finally,
for finals and midterms, it will probably most likely be your first year doing them, so you don't know what to expect. And a lot of teachers are actually very understanding with it, and like they help you a lot. But make sure, especially with the notes part before, make sure you have notes, make sure that you study well, and balance out like a schedule for it. Also, you don't have to cram all your work like for each class. So like if I had Spanish and English the first day, the night before I would just study Spanish and English. Like I wouldn't try to study others. And then once you're done with those, move on to studying for the next 2 classes. Like don't try to do all classes at once, because it's just going to cram your brain and you're not going to be able to remember like anything.
Now on to 10 tips for social advice. Tip 11. Don't annoy upperclassmen. So like everyone does hate you. Everyone does hate the freshmen.
Okay, that's not true. Like there's friendly upperclassmen who don't hate like all the freshmen, but they hate the ones who are super annoying. If you're friendly and like you show that you're respectful to other people and like you're just like friendly to them, they're not gonna hate you, but they're gonna hate the ones who are like super disrespectful or like super annoying.
And especially the freshmen that like think that they were popular in middle school and think they're gonna rule the school in high school. Like you're gonna be in for a reality check, because absolutely no
and
one
everyone's gonna make fun of you. So
literally, like you will get made fun of.
Know where you stand.
No one will care about you.
Know where you stand. Don't try to always think that you are like less popular than you are. A lot of them will like hate the annoying ones, but a lot of them just won't care for you, and then they'll just talk about you if you do a bunch of annoying stuff. Like if you're that loud annoying person in the halls, or like you try to be cool. Tip 12. Okay, don't date a senior. Like I know people say that a lot, and like not really people date seniors in our school. It's more like seniors will try to get like nudes from lower classmen or like freshmen. And just don't, and it'll come back to you. Just kind of like diminish it.
And like along with that, like the seniors are only talking to you, like the senior boys are only talking to you to get in your pants or see what's in your pants. Like literally do not trust seniors and think that they care about you or whatever, because literally they are leaving next year, and as soon as they hit college they will forget every single thing about you. Like you do not matter to them. Tip 3, there are friendly upperclassmen, and like you can try to be friends with them.
Don't always think that like the upperclassmen are gonna hate you, but also just know where you stand. And like there will be people who will try to help you to like, if you're lost or something and you can like ask someone, they're not going to be like, ew, a freshman. Like, no, they're going to help you. They understand, because they were also, like, incoming freshmen not that long ago either. So they all know. And, like, I don't think I really got lost. You don't really get lost. Like, honestly, go to, like, freshman orientation and stuff. Okay, I think I, like, walked into the wrong class maybe once.
Actually, I've never, like, got lost.
I feel like I did walk into the wrong class.
I was super scared, like, after freshman orientation.
Don't be that nervous going into freshman year either. You may get lost at first, but, like, you're gonna know your schedule and, like, know your way around, like, instantly, maybe, like, after the first day. Like,
and, like, your school, like, you might think it's super huge, but it's really not that big. Like, don't be scared. Someone will help you if you are lost.
It's also smart if you put your schedule, like, as your background on your phone for, like, maybe the first week or 2. 4, high school, you've probably heard this, like, from your parents before, and, like, no one actually expects it.
Yeah.
But high school is a place where you find your real friends, and you will lose friends in high school. Like, you will drift apart from people. there will be drama. Like, try to not have drama, but like there will be situations where you're not going to be friends with the person anymore. And like, it does suck, but it happens to the best of us. And like, it's just, you find who's your like friends who you're going to stick with as long as you can. Don't try to hang on to someone who's not right for you just because like you guys are friends. And even if you don't have a class with like a good friend, like it doesn't mean you guys aren't going to be friends. If they're a good friend or like a real friend, you're going to continue being friends with. Don't like think, oh my god, we don't have a class together, like we're not going to be friends anymore. That's going to happen if you think like that.
Tip 15. Don't try to start drama with people.
Did I say tip 4?
Don't try to start drama with people and be mature about things. Like, drama always happens. It does. But, like, don't be that person who's just like, oh my god, I want to fight her. Like, she is so rude.
Obviously, there are people who have done things that, like, you're not friends with or have, like, been mean to you.
Yeah.
Or you just don't
agree with some of the things.
Like, you don't feel like they have good energy to vibe with. Like, but you don't have to be all up in their face. If you have a class with them, be friendly with them because you'll look like the bigger person. I hate it when people start beef. I mean, I get sometimes like when something needs to be settled, I get that, but like never fight someone like physically because violence doesn't solve anything.
It will get on your record.
You don't have to be like bratty to them. You can just look like the better person and be mature about it in person and just be, you can even be friendly to them and not actually like be tied to them.
There's a huge difference between being fake and being mature, and a lot of people need to recognize that.
Tip 16, don't be loud and disrespectful to other students. Like, if you go and visit a friend in study hall or something, don't be all loud. Like, other people are trying to work, and like sometimes people work out in the hallways too. And then that's just gonna make upperclassmen or even like people in your own grade just be annoyed with you and see you as an annoying person and not wanna like be around you because you're annoying. Along with like being respectful to teachers, like you wanna be respectful to their classes and you don't wanna be all loud and extra in the hallways when they're trying to do their job.
Tip 17. Honestly, join clubs and sports, because like you might not be that sporty person, but trust me, it is the greatest feeling when you are a part of a team, a part of an activity, and like just have people to rely on, and like and that's how you will make other friends. Like,
yeah, you will make friends in like on your team and it'll be way better. And like then you bond, like you have a different bond than like other friends too, because you're playing every day in like a sport with them. Also, it looks good for college. Colleges want to see that you are doing stuff on the side besides
and
like
that
like academic stuff.
You are able to like balance everything.
Yeah, if you're able to balance, like say like, and especially when you become an upperclassman and are able to get a job, when you have like a job and you do a sport and you balance school, like colleges will love that because they want to see that you can balance out your schedule and like still maintain your grades. But if you don't want to do a sport, just join a club, like, or 2 clubs.
Even if you're not athletic, but like you always like wanted to, or like you like watching a sport, you like just, you find interest in a certain sport, but you never thought you could do it. Freshman year is the year to like at least try that.
Try it, yeah.
Like it is so worth it.
And you can even be a team manager or something too. But
and, like that's still
just try the sport out, and if you don't like it or like you don't make tryouts or something, like it's not the biggest deal. Like people will, you may think it's like embarrassing to like not
make the team,
but
no one
honestly people will forget about it in like the week. Like that's the thing too with big drama. People forget about it in like a week. So anything that happens where you feel like embarrassed about something, like people will stop caring about it. Like people will literally, the amount of times that people will be like, oh my god, that's still happening, like that's still going on. Like I forget about a bunch of stuff. Like some big thing will happen in the beginning of the year and like a month or 2 later and someone will bring it up and I'll be like, oh my god, I forgot about that. And like that just happens with everything. So okay, tip 18. So be open to making new friends and don't be shy. I know you're probably going to want to like stick with your friends like that you've had, or some people like who don't really have friends, like don't be shy about it and just try to like make friends, especially in classes. You want a friend in a class so they can help you with stuff, or like you can have that person to work with. And even if you don't find like a specific friend to work with, like being friendly with anyone in the class and like still being able to work with them is still gonna like benefit you. So I would just try to like be friendly to everyone in the class and like try to find a good friend to work with. And like you may not make a good friend right away, but like as the year goes along, you will become friends with at least like one person in that class.
Tip 19. Go to school events because you will literally regret it.
And like when you graduate, you're gonna regret not spending that time with like people that like your friends, and you're gonna regret not like being involved with a bunch like stuff like other people are doing. Yeah. Be there for your friends too. Like if they're in like a musical, like a music or something, go to their concert and like be supportive of them. I like it too, like not even just for going for my friends, but you get to see how, like other people play, and like it's actually good. Like I went to the orchestra concert and band concert this year, and it was actually like enjoyable. Tip 20. So try to volunteer and like do community service as much as possible, because it's really good for college. Like our school, you usually need a certain amount of hours to graduate, and like I also do a community service thing on the side, and we get to go on like trips and stuff, and that's an experience that you will remember forever. Yeah. So it's also good to meet people. Like I met people in the organization, and like when you volunteer, it's like you're giving back to the community, one, which is really good, and then also it's so good for college because they want to see that you're helping out your community.
That is all that we have for you guys today. But make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, add me on Snapchat. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and enjoy.